Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Overwatch League off-season recap for Season 5. This is number 19 if I remember correctly. I don't know, I think it's 19. But anyways, I'm actually doing a video again of this one because there's been some more changes and I'll be getting into that at the tail end of this video. So in the last video we ended off with Develop, who left the Shanghai Dragons to pursue another team. But there has been, well, I guess actually one more roster changed um, from the video that I made earlier, but we'll get to that later. First one, it is U4, who has left the Hangzhou Spark as the head coach. If I'm correct, I may be wrong. Um, I don't know what he's been jumping all over the place. He was with Shanghai and now he's with Hangzhou. I don't know if he's even gonna come back to Overwatch League. I have no clue at all. Next one, it is the Guangzhou Charge. Mandu, Kariv, Maikali, and Jaihan, they have all left the Charge. Mandu and Kariv, they're currently LFT for Overwatch League. Kali and Jaihan, they are in the Up Academy. I won't be surprised if Kariv goes into another Overwatch League team. I don't know about Mandu though, but then I was like for Kali and Jaihan, I don't know to be honest. I mean they probably want to stick with Up Academy, but I don't know. I don't know what their thing is, what their situation is gonna be. I don't know if they're gonna be leaving Up Academy and trying to join another team. I don't know though. So we just have to wait to see in the future. More Hangzhou Spark changes. IDK, Mika, Coldest, and Xiaominsu have all left. These changes kind of make sense. I think the support definitely needs to be worked on. Xiaominsu didn't really play that much, so I can definitely understand why they decided to make these changes. Along with JMac, he has now become the head coach of the Paris Eternal. They have now re-signed everyone else from the Eternal. So that's basically Don, Khan, Dridger, and Naga. Um, yeah, so so Naga, like Naga, Na I yeah, you know. So they've all been re-signed to the Eternal, which is obviously great, which means that it's most likely going to be another European team. Ty Della has left the LA Gladiators. I don't know if it's really going to hurt them. They already have like a pretty good coach, like coaching staff. I know, I think Deepay, Face, and is it Fastas? I really can't remember if that's the other one for the Gladiators. Let me have a look. Curry Shot. That's the other one. Curry Shot. So Curry Shot. Obviously with the Gladiators. Ty Dollar is with another team. We'll get to that in the future. Anyways, I'm gonna quickly try to go through all this. J-Phil and Dongsu, they have left the Shanghai Dragons as assistant coaches. Hopefully they do go back. Well, they do go back into the league. I'll be honest. It would really suck if they didn't. Like, cause I feel like these, like mainly J-Phil, um, hopefully he'll come back into the league. Cause J-Phil, he was obviously part of the London Spitfire Season 1 roster, who won the championship, and now he was part of the Shanghai Dragons, who won Season 4. So, yeah. But also Dongsu as well. Next up, it is Shockwave, and he has left the Philadelphia Fusion. Once again, makes sense. He got in pretty late into the season. I think around I think the summer showdown, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, a bit unlucky there, but I feel like he's going to be part of a European team just to make it a little bit easier for him. And this is where Ty Della has now ended up in. He has now ended up in the Washington Justice as the assistant coach. This will probably help the Justice go upwards. I think this season was a great season for them. They made it to the playoffs, which is obviously a great accomplishment by them. And the roster looks very, very, very good. They just need to add a couple more pieces, and I think they can definitely add that. And I think they will do really, really well for the Justice. So I'm pretty happy. So I'm pretty excited to see what changes the Justice makes. Next up, it is the Boston Uprising, and the Uprising have got rid of 5 players. Color Hex, Myongbong, I'm 37, and Stand 1. Basically meaning that Punk, Gabblesy, I don't know. I don't know how you say his name. Valentine and Faith, they have all stayed with the Uprising. Fusions has retired from professional Overwatch, so good luck to him in the future. Colleagues Myongbong, I'm 37, Stand 1. I know Stand 1 announced LFT, I think also cleared I'm 37. I do not know about Colorhex and Myongbong. If someone can tell me in the comments, that would be great. More pretty big changes right here for the NYXL. Guangbong, Kalios, Feather, and Yakpung. They have all left, including Bianca and Friday, who have both of them have retired. Wish them luck for the future. As for Guangbong, Kalios, Feather, and Yakpung, I don't know if they're going to be going to another Overwatch League team. I don't know if they've even announced LFT, to be honest. I think they might have. I just cannot remember, but yeah. So I do actually hope that Kelios does get back into the league. He did a great job just being add on to the NYXL because Bianca was really underperforming. But yeah, so Kelios did a great job filling in that off tank role for Bianca. So great job on Kelios. Guangbong did a pretty good job. Did a really good job actually for his first season, including Feather. Yakpong did pretty decently. Just like I said, I do wish Bianca and Friday all the best. Next up is Toby. He has left the Philadelphia Fusion. I think he'll be now transitioning to a coaching role, which I think fits amazingly with him, because he's a great leader. First of all, he's a fantastic leader. So I think, yeah, I think he will do a fantastic job as a coach, and hopefully he does get picked up as a coach as well. Probably most likely for a contenders team first, and then maybe to an Overwatch League team. But he'll probably maybe be in the Overwatch League. I don't know though. I have a couple London Spitfire changes. If you're a London Spitfire fan, they've got rid of basically everyone except for Shax and Sparker, and also come out X and Spiller. But we talk about rosters for players. Shax and Sparker, they're going to be remaining with the team. The rest of them, Blase, Haiti, Mulfig, Calax, Ripper, and Hybrid, they've all left. Hybrid has now gone back to British Hurricane, which is their academy team. Fisher has also left the Spitfire. But we already know who is going to be the head coach. It has not been announced yet, but it has been leaked by Halo of Thoughts. As for one of these players, Ripper, he has now announced he has announced his retirement from Overwatch. I don't actually know what he's going to be doing, so when we get to that, I'm going to be having a look and see what he's going to be doing in the future. But I do wish him all the best for the future for him, if it's like streaming or switching to a different game or just getting off esports as a whole and maybe be becoming a model like how Axiom did. Axiom is doing a fantastic job as a model. I'm not hitting him down or anything. He's doing a fantastic job as a model. If you haven't seen some of his pictures, oh, it's beautiful. It's amazing. Great pictures. But yeah, this definitely means that Spitfire will be continuing with a European roster. So, which is obviously great to see if you're a London Spitfire fan and likes mainly European players, not really Korean players representing your city. This one's a pretty sad one for me to announce. Well, not really to announce, but to say. But Birdwin has announced his retirement from Overwatch. I think he's probably going to be streaming the game first. I hope that he does go back into esports and plays competitively. He will still always be one of my top 3 favorite Overwatch League pros. Still a great player. Was formerly from the Spitfire, and then went to Gladiators. Then he announced his retirement. I'm pretty sad about that. I do wish him all the best, and hopefully, I just, I wish him the best. I just hope that he does get back into esports, because yeah, it's bad. I wasn't crying. I was just emotional. Let's just say that I was very emotional when I saw the news on Twitter. Oh yeah, I'm pretty emotional. Anyways, let's get out of the emotional stuff and let's go back to Christopher. He has now left the Philadelphia Fusion as the assistant coach. There's actually rumors about him joining another team. I'll get to that later. But yeah, so Christopher has left the Philadelphia Fusion. I think he's been there since like 2020 or 28 or 2019. I think it's basically since season 2. I think he was with the Fusion, so a pretty long time. So I think he'll be pretty happy with the results that he has had with the Fusion, and hopefully he can transition those results into the other team, which I'll be talking about later. Another Chengdu Hunters changes. Let Young has left the Hunters. I guess just to play for Team Chaser, which is their academy team. Just like for Among, like I mentioned in my last video, I don't know what's gonna happen with the Hunters. Like the Hunters, well mainly like the players who they release from the Hunters, because the Hunters they obviously have mainly primarily Chinese players, and you know, it's not that they're the only full Chinese team, so they can maybe go maybe like the Chinese teams can probably go to like the other like Chinese teams, like maybe definitely not Shanghai, maybe Guangzhou and Hangzhou. Those are the two like realistic teams that they can go they can go to. They can also maybe go to Valiant if they want to, but it just really depends if they want to go Korea or Chinese. I think they want like I don't know where they're gonna go, but I think they're gonna stick with APAC for next season. So yeah, so Light Yang has left the Chengdu Hunters. I'm pretty sad about that. He did a fantastic job of replacing Elsa, who announced his retirement during the season. So yeah, good luck to Light Yang, and hopefully he finds a team that he can join in the Overwatch League. Next up, it is Rascal. He has left the Philadelphia Fusion. I think now to become a coach, just like Toby. I don't know actually how much knowledge Rascal has. I think he may have a lot of game knowledge, and if that is the case, then I think he may actually do really, really well. I do wish him all the best, and hopefully he does find a team that he can practice his coaching skills in, and obviously give feedback to the players who he's coaching. If you're in the Overwatch League since the very beginning, you would have never thought that Jonak would have left the NYXL. Well, he has. Jonak has left the New York CLC after being them since day one in 2017. I guess it kind of makes sense to be honest. The NYXL have been in a downward trajectory since season one. Yeah, season one was like the best season. Then season two, I mean, yeah, I guess he called that also like the best season, but they were like kind of iffy. Season 3 they kept going down, and then well actually no, they weren't like that bad actually. Season 3 like they were like meh in season 2 and 3, but like in my opinion they were still like going down a bit, and then season 4 they just dropped it. They dropped the ball after like losing most of their actually all the players except for Jonak, and now Jonak's also left. So everyone from season 1 of NYXL has left the team. I think that I mean to be honest it's kind of normal. So, but it's still obviously very very sad that a soldier's gone. Well, actually no, the nostalgia will be very very powerful if we look back at season 1. I just want to say that. So yeah, a bit unlucky. Actually, no, really sad that Jonak has left NYXL, but hopefully there's gonna be some good rumors about him him joining a different team. I don't know what team he could maybe join. Like, it has to be fully from Apex, so I don't know really. Maybe Seoul, maybe even Shanghai, but I don't know though. We just have to wait and see. Got a San Francisco shock change, and this won't be the last one. I mind you. There's gonna be, let's just say, there's gonna be more coming. By Zenith, he has left the SF shock. Makes sense. Zenith was like joined like pretty late into the season. I think like off. I think during the Countdown Cup, I'm gonna say. I can't remember though, but it was pretty late into the season. So I could definitely see why. Um, yeah, yeah. All I can say is that I could definitely see um why that why the Shock wants to get rid of Zenith. I could definitely tell, but yeah, hopefully he does find a different team. And there's Ripper who announces retirement. Let me have a look. Okay, looks like he's just gonna take a break from gaming. He thought maybe doing coaching, but yeah. So I think he's just gonna be just enjoying the world before he makes his change. Boston Uprising change. And this is Ascoft. He has left the Boston Uprising as the assistant coach. To be honest, I don't really know a lot about this guy. I don't really pay attention a lot to the coaches. But yeah, that's what I can really say. Just I don't know if he's going to join a different team. Probably there's a chance. Maybe just like I said to a European team. Um, Most likely gonna be the Paris Eternal to have a French, like something French. I mean, Jojo is French, but maybe we can, but maybe Ascoft can maybe join in and help J-Mac as the coach. I don't know, there's a possibility. So yeah, Ascoft has left the Boston Uprising. The biggest one currently in this off season. The San Francisco Shock has gotten rid of 7 of their players. Smurf, Arns, Twilight, Tayo, Nero, Glitter, and FD God. Um, I could tell by Tayo. I could definitely tell by him because he didn't play that much in the league. But everyone else, I'm pretty shocked. I mean, like, I think there's a chance that FD God may go to, like I'm saying, another European team, just to make it a bit easier. There is actually a rumor about Nero, which I'll get into that very, very soon. Um, don't know anything about Twilight Arms or Smurf and Glister. Yeah, but I think they're all currently LFC. If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong, but I don't actually know. But this is definitely the biggest roster change currently right now in the off season. The two-timers have gotten rid of most of their players, and they're probably going to be starting from scratch. They only have 3 players remaining. That's Super, Choyobin, and Violet. I don't know if they're gonna leave. Maybe they're just gonna go fully Korean or fully North America. Or maybe they're just gonna keep doing this mixed roster thing. I don't know. So we just have to wait and see. And not the final one, but we got Changgong. He has left the Seoul Dynasty as the head coach. Um, I mean, I don't know about this one. I apparently he was like the head of Seoul Dynasty's like aggression play they did this season, and I kind of bit them in the ass a bit. But Changgong may find a different team. I think there's a possibility that he may join a different team. It's a real possibility, but to be honest, I don't know. So yeah. And that's not the other change as well, because if you go back over here, we have Pavane. He has came back from Valorant. Who the hell did he? I think he was a. Who did he coach for in Valorant? I need to have a look. Hang on. Pavane. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so Pavane coached for Cloud9 Korea, and now he is coming back to the Overwatch League, and he'll be now the assistant coach for the Shanghai Dragons. Obviously, Pavane was known for you know being the mastermind of the NYXL. And he went to Spitfire, retired, now he's with the Shanghai Dragons, the best team in the league. Oh yeah, there's also Dalton as well. Yeah, Dalton's also left the Vancouver Titans, which basically means that the Titans might implode and start from scratch, but I don't know. But yeah, it's great to see Pavane back in the league. Obviously now with the Dragons this time, but I'm not complaining. I think prevent will definitely help the Dragons prove even further. So, let's have a look here in this Reddit thread from r/competitive Overwatch. This is obviously a rumor tracker. This is for Halo of Thoughts, and these are basically all of the changes that are probably going to be happening. So, we need to start from the 10th to the 4th. So this is DPay will be staying with the Gladiators. We got so we got the Titans releasing the whole roster, including Chansik, which makes sense because Chansik, I'll be honest, yeah, he kind of got screwed. I mean, he was signed pretty late into the season because he obviously he replaced Shredlock. He announced retirement like mid-season, so I can definitely see that. He probably wants to, maybe he wants to go to a full Korean roster, but hopefully Chansika mode can go into a different team. Changgong, obviously, that's true. Kevster has been re-signed to the Gladiators. That's going to be confirmed. Atlanta manager of Dongmin won't be returning. There's like some real buzz about him. I don't really know why or something. I don't really know, but yeah, maybe there wasn't really like a lot of buzz about it. But yeah, I can't remember. But there it is. Then we know that Changgong is not going to be coaching the NYXL. Atlanta have re-signed Kai, Hawk, and Gator. Boston has re-signed Punk, which is a confusion to me because are they going to be working around Punk or are they just going to keep him? I mean, he did play for most of the season with fully Koreans, and they played pretty well, I guess. So maybe. Christopher is going to be the head coach for London. And yeah, and obviously the rest of Titans players rosters to leave. So I guess we'll try. I guess I could break down like some of them. I guess actually I'm trying to look. I could definitely see why the Titans want to release the whole roster. They had a pretty shit year. They were worse than the Spitfire. They came 19th, while Spitfire came above them in 18th. I can definitely see why they want to do that. I don't know. They're probably gonna go full for NA. I think. I don't actually know. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know what their plan is gonna be, but I think they're probably gonna go fully North America. I don't think they will go APAC. I don't think so. So yeah. Atlanta re-signing Kai, Hawk, and Gator. That's a great sign. Actually, a couple more signs as well for Atlanta. I just want to say, and Christopher, we joined the London. That's maybe Chips that joins London. I mean, he's British. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I'll leave a link to this off-season tracker if you want to have a look at it for yourself. There's obviously all this as well. You see, Gabble see he announced free agency. They all been re-signed, so we can just have a look here if you want to check how the other players are going that I haven't mentioned at all. Cribzo has announced free agency. This is pretty updated as well. I think I might need to refresh this because there's more changes. They've been re-signing Sparker and Shax. Veterans announced retirement. Don't know anything from Valiant. NYXL there. There's Eternal. The Fusion, EQO, Poco, and then Funny Asher. They have announced free agency. Alarm has announced was announced that he's gonna be re-signed, but in stream. Mano is doing military work. And then we go over here, all being released. I think they're all currently free agents, if I remember correctly. Shanghai actually did something pretty nice. So they post onto social media like who is still with them. So he's like under contract and who's like a what was I'm trying to look for, and who's like team option. They're probably gonna be keeping all this whole roster. So don't be surprised if they keep them all. If they make one pretty big change, like let's just say they got rid of Flutter, then be very, very surprised. Defiant there, all that. There's the Titans, and then Justice. So yeah, and Close actually announced retirement. I think oh yeah, He did announce it. I don't think I even talked about my thing, but there it is. So yeah. As for the two other changes, well, they're pretty big. Let's start off with this one. According to multiple sources, the Atlanta Reign are expected to sign former SF Shock DPS player Nero. Nero obviously hinted something that he got an offer that he couldn't turn down or something. I can't remember what he actually said, but something along the lines of that. And Nero will be joining the Atlanta Reign, which is obviously great. Until you hear this. Multiple sources have also stated that the Atlanta Reign are expected to be trading Rookie of the Year DPS player Pelican this offseason. The Atlanta Reign are switching to a Western roster. This also means that most likely Iris is going to be leaving the team. I don't know where Pelican can go. I'll be honest. We know that he's going to be going to a different team. What team? I can't tell you that unless tells us. But maybe the Shark, maybe it's just a trade. Like Atlanta gets gets Nero and the Shark gets Pelican. Maybe I don't know. We just have to wait and see. Maybe he wants to go fully Korean. Maybe go APEC. I don't know. We just have to wait and see. Really. I think Mars also announced free agency as well, as I remember. But yeah, I'm just gonna do a refresh for Wikipedia just to check. Nothing there. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's really about it for today's video. Catch you guys all next time in the next one. Goodbye.